Hello, welcome to the part of the interruption. I'm Ben Weinstein.
And I'm Beck Lyer, and we're going to start with our very first topic. Who is the best safety in the NFL?
Alright, so started off, I got Minka Fitzpatrick. Minka is a great coverage guy who can knock any ball out of anyone's hands and just put a ball to the ground. He's very athletic. He has good strength. He can burst off a line if he has to. He can blitz. He can do it all. He can get picks with ease. He can do anything, and that's why I have Minka. Who do you got?
I think Minka's a great choice, and I'm going to go with Jesse Bates. I think he was the best safety last year, so staying in the same AFC North. But if I just want to say the best safety of talent, I would say Jamal Adams. But because he's been injured and didn't have his best season last year, I'm going to stick with Jesse Bates for what he can do, his speed, his ability to intercept ball and contest passes. He was the only bright spot of the Bengals defense last year.
I really like the Jesse Bates pick. I think he's great. I think he's a very good safety. The one thing I'm just concerned about is sometimes his off-ball skills, because defense, and especially being a DB, isn't all about being on ball. I feel like he's not a great hawk sort of guy where he really just waits back and tries to burst into the way for a pick. I think he's not great with that. I think he's more of just a man-to-man guy instead of a zone.
Yeah.
But I still like his pick. He's a heavy hitter. If you get a ball near him, it's a medicine ball. I just think he's a great pick. Jamal Adams is, I agree, the most talented, but his coverage skills are not top tier, and he has been playing down a level. So, what do you think?
Yeah, I think Minka is a really good safety, but I think his consistency is something that I worry about. He gives up a lot of catches a lot of times. Sometimes he's just I can see there was a stretch where I think he had 3 touchdowns in a row in a game, but then he also gives up these big yards games to who he's guarding and just doesn't play great coverage, which is my big problem with him. But I do think he's very talented, and I think he's a big reason why the Steelers have a top 3 defense in the league.
Mm-hmm. I love the point you made about the Steelers' top 3 defense. I agree with that. And if not top 3, top 5, and their secondary is one of the best.
All right, you want to announce our next topic?
Oh yeah, next topic is who will win the NFC West. Now this is a division with the Niners, Cardinals, Seahawks, and Rams. Probably the tightest division in all football. Who do you have winning?
All right, I'm gonna be less boring. The Rams added Matthew Stafford, a very talented team, of course, with their defense. The Seahawks are very good still with their offense, but they have some issues with Russell Wilson and then obviously their defense. But I still think the 49ers were in the Super Bowl 2 years ago, and they'll be contending back for that. But I'm gonna go with the dark horse team in the Arizona Cardinals. I love what this team is building up. They added J.J. Watt. They have on defense. They have Chandler Jones, who's going to return from injury. Maybe Isaiah Simmons will finally get playing. They have Budda Baker, who's we forgot to mention is one of the best safeties in the league, maybe the best.
Mm-hmm.
And we just didn't say him. And then on the offense, they have Kyler Murray. He's going to be an MVP candidate. DeAndre Hopkins, arguably the best receiver in the league, and in my opinion, an underrated receiver in Christian Kirk.
I love that pick there. I think they're a very dark horse team. I just can't go against the Rams. The 49ers they have this roster that's tied with the Rams or better, but especially this last season they've belonged to a hospital, which it's not going to work good. They haven't all played together in a very long time. They're adding a new quarterback in Trey Lance, so the chemistry with the receivers isn't great. Their wide receivers are a little weak, which is all I'm concerned about. But they do have a top 10, easily, debatably top 5 defense.
Debatably top 1.
Debatably top 1, yeah. But the Rams, Matt Stafford, Cam Akers, you got a great receiver duo in Cooper Kupp and Robert Woods. Tyler Higbee, don't sleep on as tight end. A very, very good O-line with the scariest defensive duo in the league in Jalen Ramsey and Aaron Donald. As much as I would love to go against them and choose someone who isn't as obvious, I can't. What do you got about that?
The Rams, they're a great team. Maybe they lose hypothetically, Matthew Stafford starts off a little slow. New system. He's played in the same system his whole time. I think he's very excited to go. It's obviously a lot better to be in LA than Detroit, and they're a lot better teams. So I think he's going to be excited to be playing in LA, but maybe it takes him a couple weeks to learn a whole new system. But I do think they're the obvious pick, and and when I submitted like my record predictions on this website, I had it was a tie at 12-5 or 11-6 between the 49ers, Rams, and Cardinals. So I could easily see it happening. I went with the Cardinals though, because I want to be different, and I think they're a very fun, versatile team. So I could easily see the Rams winning, but I just want to go with the Cardinals for fun.
I love the pick for fun of the Cardinals. It's a great pick. It's all going to be about how that O-line and defense can hold up. I think the defense, all they have to do is be top 15, and they have a shot at the Super Bowl. Kyler will show up. D-Hop will show up. I think James Conner will have a huge year. No one's mentioning him. James Conner is a big piece. I think he'll be great. Chase Edmonds will help out a bit. And the receivers, I love Christian Kirk. He's good. And D-Hop is D-Hop. So I like that pick. The only thing I'm worried about, like I said, is that O-line. I think Kyler is going to have to take a lot of hits, whether it's scrambling or...
And he is always very scared. Like, when you watch Kyler, he's not like Lamar trying to juke everyone. He usually just slides.
Yeah. All right. And then our last topic is...
You want to... I'll say it. Best tight end in the league. Who you got?
I got George Kittle. I mean, there's nothing this guy can't do. First of all, he's a fun character. Second of all, the football part, he's a beast. I mean, he's a big guy. He's fast. He's strong. He has good hands. He can block. He can do everything you need a tight end to do at an elite level. I mean, he's a great yards after catching contact guy. He'll block. He'll take DBs away from other receivers. He is just the perfect player to have on an offense. I think you can't ask for much more. Who do you have?
I have Travis Kelce. Now, let me just... Travis Kelce, in my opinion, is easily the best route runner, catcher. He's probably top 5 out of all receivers when you go in that category. I think Kelce is just one of a kind. I think Kittle is amazing. I think he's obviously a better blocker. The players love him, and he's very funny. Like, if you watched a mic'd up video, one time he's like, a tight end, sweet? What is this, Madden? I don't know, he just has a funny character, great character though at the same time. Good teammate, teammates love him. But I'd go with Kelce. I think he's just a better catcher, gets more yards, gets touchdowns, runs better routes, and I think he's the top 3 when you put him in receivers.
The Kelce pick's great. Fun guy. Better route runner for sure. Hands are there. The blocking isn't there compared to Kittle. I don't know. Very good pick. You can go either way. And that's going to wrap it up for our show. I'm Ben Weinstein.
And Kelce stays on this field more than Kittle. That too.
All right, that's going to wrap it up. I'm Ben Weinstein.
I'm Beck Byer.
And we will see you next time on Pardon the Interruption.